What's going on? Welcome to the Credit Plug channel where we talk about how to build credit, how to establish relationships with financial institutions, and how to get you access to high limit credit funding. So, in today's video, we have a very exciting topic and a question that a lot of people have, and that's how do you get approved for an American Express business account? And in this video, we're going to break down exactly how it works and how you get approved and how you build a relationship with them. So um, basically, there's a couple different ways that you can build a business relationship with Amex. So to begin, let me just sort of break down all the different tiers. And this is going to be starting with the easiest accounts all the way to the more difficult accounts. So with the Amex underwriting on the business side, first generally you're going to start off with either a business credit card or a business charge card. And so the difference with a charge card is a charge card has a much shorter time period for you to repay. So let's just write this out. So charge card, right? And so charge cards are going to be like the Amex Gold card, the Amex Platinum card, the Green card, or the Plum card. So I'm not going to write all that out, but basically those are generally, and the way charge cards used to work, you used to have to pay it off in full every 30 days, but what they have now is a pay over time feature where you can stretch the term out to as long as 6 months. Of course, they are going to charge you a very high interest rate. So the charge cards now are kind of like a hybrid charge and credit card. It's still not quite a credit card because a credit card can be, you can have carry balance indefinitely by just paying the minimum payment. So charge cards are going to be the easiest to get for a couple different reasons. One, since you're paying the balance back in a shorter period of time, there's less risk for American Express. So the underwriting is going to be generally a little bit more loose. And a lot of people, think, the gold card, the platinum card are the hard cards to get, when in fact they're not. Another reason is because the high annual fee. So you're usually paying somewhere around $300 for the gold card and about $600 for the platinum card. And so those high annual fees mitigates the risk for Amex in case of defaults. So then now you're going to go to credit cards, business credit cards, right? So they have a ton of different business credit cards. I'm not going to go into all of them, but the way the approval process works with Amex business cards. So, and mind you, this is speaking from the perspective of a previous personal card holder. So once you're already in American Express, there's no hard inquiry for either personal or business credit accounts. And so the way it works on the business side, what they'll do is American Express will pull your Dun&Bradstreet business credit report, and they'll also do a soft pull of your Experian personal credit report if you're an existing member. And so what will happen is they'll either, let's say you have established business credit report with Dun&Bradstreet. If that's enough to meet their underwriting guidelines, then you'll be approved just based on your Dun&Bradstreet. If not, they'll pull your personal Experian, soft pull, of course, and then so let's say you don't have a Dun&Bradstreet, no data reporting, then they'll use your personal experience. So here's the way it works, right? You have Dun&Bradstreet, right? You have your personal Experian, And then the third factor that's used is your existing relationship with American Express. So American Express goes a little deeper so that they look at, how long you've been a customer with them. They look at your existing accounts, how you've repaid your bills and your spending patterns. So they use all of that, which is pretty good, because if let's say you don't have any business credit in your personal, let's say you got in with them and your credit score wasn't that high, but you've been a good customer. So then, they use their own internal relationship banking metrics. So this is, I'll just say relationship with Amex, right? And how this actually breaks down, we don't know. That's something that's internal. But these are essentially what will be used to make a lending decision. So they'll basically go through these, and if any of these are sufficient enough to approve you, then you'll get approved based off that. So this is some pretty good insight. If you're just wondering what it takes to get approved for a business card. So now this is the basics, right? And so then a step up from here, and this is something that American Express doesn't advertise, and it's only available to existing business card members. And I think with the exception of the gold card, you have to have a business card for at least 1 year before you can qualify for working capital. Capital. So the working capital is another business financing program within American Express, and this is used for making payments to your vendors. And so how it works is, you can add vendors to your account, and basically, so let's say you have a bill with a particular vendor. American Express will pay that vendor up front using an ACH debit, so that payment will go directly to your vendor's business banking account, and then American Express will just bill you later. And so they offer this 30-day, 60-day, and 90-day terms. And so they charge about, if I can recall, I think it's like, it depends on the term you pick. So I think for 1 month or for 30 days, it's like 1.5% or something or other. And so this is just another way for you to be able to pay your vendors. And this, again, you need at least 1 year as a card holder, as a member. So this isn't something that you can apply for if you're not already an existing member with American Express. This is after you've built up a relationship with them for at least a year, with the exception of American Express Gold Card members who have access to this, I think, immediately. So they recently just changed the rule. But if you just have like a business credit card, you're going to have to wait a year before you can qualify for working capital. And then the next step from the working capital is they have term financing or term loans, right? And so these are going to be slightly longer periods. I think anywhere from 6 months to 2 years, right? And so the difference with this is, obviously it's a longer period, but you actually get direct access to the term loans, whereas the working capital, you never touch it. It goes straight to your vendor. The term loans are actually loans that they actually, deposit that money into your business bank account, and you can use it for business purposes. And so this is another program where, you have to have gone through this step first before you can get here. And then they also have, as part of their small business program, they have inventory financing. So this is for larger businesses who have, large inventories. And so basically they'll give you funding based on the value of your inventory. So and this can go up to 2 million, right? But of course this isn't going to be relevant for every type of business. But this is sort of the hierarchy, starting with the easiest, all the way to the most difficult. And then past these programs, American Express has a corporate program where, and I'm not going to go into the corporate side, but corporate is for very large, well-established businesses. I think the threshold is 4 million plus in revenue, right? So, most small businesses, this isn't even going to be a factor. This isn't even going to be an option. So this is for, generally like very large businesses, sort of household name types of corporations. So yeah, this is essentially the hierarchy for small businesses. Charge cards, business credit cards, working capital, term loans, and then inventory financing. And so remember, to get approved, you can utilize, what I would recommend is if you have an existing relationship with Amex, then you can probably get by with your relationship. If you have a strong personal credit, then you could probably qualify for, just using your personal credit. And then if you have a established Dun&Bradstreet with a paydex score and at least, let's say, 5 to 6 vendors, you can qualify based on your business Dun&Bradstreet. So there's several different ways that you can get in with American Express on their business side. And one of the best things about this, being someone who's worked in the finance sector, being able to get working capital loans for a business that's less than, let's say, 3 years without supplying, business tax returns, business bank account statements, profit and loss, having good personal credit and having collateral. This option is probably one of the best options for small businesses because none of this requires any type of documentation from the business side. All it would really require to a certain degree is, your business credit, your personal credit, or your relationship with American Express. So that's one of the great benefits of this particular program. So that's all we had to share for today. If you're interested in, how to go about, getting funding, using American Express, we go over that in our Credit Plug Primary Account Builder program. If you're interested, you can email us at info@creditplug, or if you're ready to enroll, you can enroll on our website at www.creditplug.com. If you haven't already, make sure you subscribe. And until the next time, y'all take it easy and we'll talk to you soon. Peace.